Hey guys, Deslater Magic here, and finally I saved up enough coins to look at the Festival Thassa's Brownie Bounty event. It just started, and it's pretty interesting. Unfortunately, OBS had some weird glitch and didn't record my audio at all, saying that the audio device wasn't there, and I don't know, who knows. Reset it, works now. Cool, but I'm doing this mouse over, I wish. This is gonna follow what I'm doing on screen real well. I'm doing the voiceover after the fact, so let's take a look at the deck list. That's what you get to play with. It's 160 card singleton. There's some pretty crazy stuff in there, like Omniscience, which isn't even legal. But yeah, a lot of these cards are, some by a stretch blue, but otherwise they're blue. We got some colorless stuff, a little bit of Devotion, a little bit of everything, a little bit of Control, Scry. It's just everything blue does, all put in a deck, all in singleton. This very much resembles Commander, actually. Pretty fun event. So let's jump in and see some gameplay. Unfortunately, it ain't going to be this gameplay because the first guy was the slowest playing player I've ever met in my entire life. So jumping into the first real match here, we've got a pretty good open. It's not great. I just thought, well, Sphinx of Foresight, that'd be kind of fun, But yeah, a 3-keep with a not so great, but still Scry 2 enchantment. I mean, hey, Commence the Endgame is kind of interesting. Then Amass, it's a late game card, whatever. Although if I got it off early enough, I guess, get something out of it. But, yeah, I guess this guy didn't quite care for his hand, if I recall, or he really didn't want me to have that Sphinx because, well, that's how game 1 went. I'm liking the event so far. Just kidding. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering, you get that card style for that weird Siren or whatever that is. I'm actually watching the low-quality preview in Premiere and trying to figure out what's going on screen. Fun. They get whatever that one was, and then Thassa. So the showcase version of Thassa. Very nice. Barely worth 2,500 coins, but, some people pay anything to play something other than Standard, let alone something that very much resembles Commander. So let's jump into a real game. So this opening hand is pretty nuts. We got the 3, we got the Warkite. Phantom is freaking awesome. Can't be blocked. Love it. 10-turn threat. Which in this deck is actually pretty good. You got draw and you got draw. Early game threats, make him burn his control early and then outdraw him. Theoretically, he's running the same deck I am. By the way, this guy's username is hilarious. It's in Spanish, but I totally get the reference, and I actually hoped I lost because his username was that cool. So I get to go first, which is a big advantage in a true mirror match, but it's a 160 card singleton. We might as well be playing different decks, but it is a same pace, same feel, so if we're just going straight mana curve and we draw average cards, yeah, going first is going to help, so spoiler alert, I end up winning this one pretty badly, but it's interesting. The gameplay is very interesting. The pace is very interesting. I'm going to throw down the Phantom Warrior first because, big threat. So he's going to be at 18 with the swing, and then you think about it, well, 18 -4, -4, -4, that's going to go real quick. And a lot of the control costs 3 or more mana. You're going to see he ends up throwing one down on my Warkite, which is smart because he doesn't want me swinging every time with that, but it indicates he doesn't have a flyer because otherwise that Phantom is a far bigger threat. That can't be blocked by anything. But I guess he just does not want my Warkite turning his stuff into, 0/1s every time it swings. So I thought, well, I'll go Winged Words. It's the same amount of cards for 2, Yeah, it has flashback for the chemisters, but I don't want to, show too much of my hand too quick now. So that one's interesting. You return a creature or an enchantment to hand. Now, there's no point in me doing the pin down because I'll just cast it again. And yeah, it was a lot of mana, but, I'm saving it for something big, something like devastatingly, like he'll drop it like a 7 cost and then I'll bounce that back to hand for 1 and then, well, now what are you going to do? So he goes with Madomi's Prophecy. Scry 2, you choose a card name. The next one, when you cast it, you draw 2, and then look at the top card of each player's library. It's kind of weak, kind of dumb, but it only costs 2, so that's kind of the point. No way in hell am I going to bounce that back to hand. I'll just get another Scry. That would be incredibly dumb. So he is very carefully considering his options. I get it when people are playing at this pace. It's like you didn't build the deck and you don't know what the cards do and you got to read some of them. So do I, so I ain't going to be too pissed about it. But still, you guys see the pace I'm playing at. I think just when a lot of these cards were legal, I played with them. Like, literally even the first time around for Phantom, so I don't have to read that much, But I guess give people a little bit of leeway on this. But the last one, I just started spamming Your Go until he finally got a freaking clue and played at a normal rate, and then I lost anyway, so I was pretty pissed. But we got Sailor Means, like he's cool. I'll get a treasure. I thought, well, I could sit on 3, then it's not gonna have a counter spell, but he'll think I do. Water Knot doesn't pin down the Mind Stone though. That would have been pretty funny. I absolutely would have done it. Because I could bounce any creature that's a true threat. I could bounce it once, and I'm actually getting close to lethal. We're down to 14 here. I mean, never know. Let's see. Choose the card name. Okay, this should be interesting what he chooses. So it's Illyrios Enraptured, which is that guy who brings out like an identical copy of himself. It's the really vain guy who looks in and sees his own reflection. I forgot what his actual name is in the actual myth. I don't think it's Illyrios. I could be wrong, but they ripped off Greek culture so hard, you know. Apparently Zeus was going to be an actual card. They were literally going to print Zeus both times. Original Theros End this time. So we got Fairy Formation. This is just a fairy generator. I cannot let him have that. And it's like, oh, I bought myself a turn. Yeah, but it costs 5. So Meteor Golem, that's hilarious. I thought, you know what? I don't want him to get Illyrios. I mean, it's not that bad of a card, but So what I probably should have done is let him cast that fairy again and then blow that up. But I thought, let's just absolutely hit the gas. I don't want to give him double blockers. I don't remember if the original can block while the token's in play. I don't know. I think it's just a kill it twice thing. Whatever it was, I was just like, screw it, let's go. So, 3 more damage on the field, and he's at 11. I did calculate that ahead of time, and I'm thinking, yeah, that's not bad. And then I know I can Water Knot the fairy. He could still use the ability, but not this turn. And then we get Run Aground, and that's a death sentence. Put target artifact or creature on top of their owner's library. Ooh, so now he doesn't even get a draw. Yeah, I'm only buying myself a turn, but even I thought it was funny. So then we get 5 there, and I'm like, okay, well, I could probably swing past it with Water Knot. So as far as I know, the game's over. He tries the Gings, that's his best card in all likelihood, but he has 2 mana open. He could counterspell the Water Knot, but I mean, this is singleton, so there goes one of my attackers. I'm not thrilled about that. But I do get that, so I'm like, okay, cool. Let's throw in Water Knot, and it's actually still already lethal. It's not like it was going to bounce my Meteor Golem back to hand. I mean, come on. So that's it. I think I play it just in case. I don't know, in case he thinks I have a counterspell. Who cares? He doesn't have any mana. I don't know. Should have just swung. So there it is. So, I mean, you can see a lot of back and forth, a lot of thinking, proper decisions, that kind of stuff. I like gameplay like that, so I absolutely love this event. I think it's great. I think it's barely worth 2,500 coins. It would have been better if it was 500 if there were actual prizes other than showcase frames. But, well, there's Calaf, so I'm going to go win Thassa. And then I might keep playing this. I don't know. I mean, it's interesting. I like blue. And this is an appropriate control deck. This isn't like, I'm going to shut down your entire deck and everything you do is going to be countered and I might do something to win at some point. People call that a control deck. No, a control deck is where maybe 10 to 20% of your deck is control and you're actually doing something to progress the game, but you're going to whatever they try to do to board wipe you stop it. Or they bring out a creature you can't deal with or a giant lifelink flying angel. We're going to stop that. And then you keep proceeding with what you're going to do. So it's just I'm going to try to steamroll you, but I'll cover it a little bit instead of just mono green blind let's go. That it's like the opposite of that. That's a true control deck. That's what the game was designed to do. That's what blue was designed to do. So this is almost Wizards of the Coast showing off, hey, this is what mono blue or blue mix is supposed to play like. It's not supposed to be the dickish complete prison shutdown color. Not saying people don't do that, because they do, but this is what it's supposed to be like. So if this looks interesting to you, go check out the event. I thought it was fantastic, and I'll see you guys next video.